Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Angela. I'm here to share another little page or two in the journal we're making. So you would have seen this and I thought I would share another couple of pages with you today. If you're wanting to see how any of these projects have been put together, then please go and have a look at the playlist called Floral Folly playlist, and I will happily be able to share with you the tutorials to date. Now today I'm going to be having a look at this layout over here, so this page in particular, and I'm hoping to get to this page as well. So I think I'm going to actually start with this page because I love these. This is the peach page, and on the back of the peach page I've printed out a copy of this. So these are both from my digital, the Floral Folly digital pages, so that's those. This is an avocado dyed sheet of paper. This is a digital though, and I have a digital for this in my Etsy store as well. This is called Tea, Avocado and Lace Pages, so that's this page over here. If you don't have avocado dyeing skills yet, then this is the easy option, especially when you're wanting to back it onto the next page, which is the lace page, which is part of the same kit. All right, so we're going to start with this page over here, so I do hope that you're going to follow along with me. All right, so what we're going to do is a little bit of a layered effect over here. Now, before I move the book out the way, I have used my Exciting Envelopes template, the kit, the complete kit, to put this layout together. So I'm hoping, I'm doing this one first because I'm going to see how much time I have left before I do the page before. So this might take a little while, so we'll see how we go. All right, so I'm using my Exciting Envelope templates. They're really easy to use. You just put the template onto the page you're wanting to cut out and make an envelope from, and there you have it. You draw around it and you cut the paper out. All right, so that's what I'm going to be doing over here. So what I have done is I have used, the first page I'm using is the printed one. It looks like that. And I have cut out a envelope using my the first envelope one, number one, out of that. So if I just fold it out, that's what the envelope looks like. And as you can see, it's from this piece of paper. So I've done it right on the edge there. And what I did before I cut this out is I printed on the back of this paper. I printed the lace printout, which is from this kit over here. Just, you don't have to do that, but I like to have, don't want plain white paper. You could use a stencil, you could use anything to print on the back. All right, so that's what we're going to have for the first one, using envelope one from the templates kit. That I'm just folded up quickly just to save us time, and that's going to be the first one that goes in there. Then what I did was I took the smallest envelope, and the green, we're going to use the green backing page today, and I have cut out the smallest of those envelopes using the envelope templates. All right, and I've done the same, printed that lacy bit on the back. It's also great because it's lovely to write on this one, not that we will be doing that here. All right, so that's the smallest one. So you want one of those. And then the middle size one, or envelope 2, I think it is, template 2, I've taken the pink polka dot sheet and I've cut out the template size there. All right, so that's easily done. So we've got those three all ready to go. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to quickly just move that up a little bit. I'm going to take my glue, so I'm going to use my art glitter glue. And I'm keeping the flap on the right hand side. So this flap at the top here, I'm going to be using this as a pocket. So I'm going to just glue this flap down quickly like that. Oh, I don't think any glue came out there. Oh, there we go. Oops, so I'm just going to glue down the top flap there. That's I like to do that because it reinforces the edge of the envelope, makes it nice and strong. All right, so we've got that there, and then I'm going to turn that one in, and then I'm going to just glue along there and a little bit along the edge there. Just remember you've got a little bit of a gap there, so just be mindful of that. So I'm going to try and take it as close to the edge as I possibly can, and then just along the base of that flap. All right, so we've got a little quick and easy pocket there. All right, so that's the first one, and you can see we've got a pocket opening over there. Right, so that's the first one. Do exactly the same with the second one. Keep the flap to the right, open it up. This flap at the top here, we are just going to put some glue on that and press that down like that, and then again we're just going to run some glue on top of that one just to seal it off, and then we're going to put some glue just along the edge over there like that. All right, just wipe that off because I don't want the glue to glue the flap. Okay, so we've got another one there in a pocket form, and then the last one. Okay, so there we go. We've got 3 little pockets from those envelopes, and so easy to make like that. All right, so we've got this one, we've got this one, and we've got this one which is going to go on the top. Right, so I've got my flaps. I'm fitting this one around there like that, and I'm fitting this around both of them, and matching that up to the bottom like that. So you've got a little bit of a layered effect here with your 3 envelopes, or now pockets. Right, so there's that. We'll just put that to the side. Then the other thing I did was, on that same kit, you've got a long, thin tag pocket, and the tag which we will make in a minute. So this is a template again, with the same template kit. So you're using everything in that kit today, and you're just making a long pocket like that. This is going to go at the base here, over those flaps like that, and keep them all together like that. So it's just going to peek out over the top like that. All right, so I'm going to turn that over, and one by one, let's just make sure I've got those how I want them. Just wanted it peeking out at the top really. So I've turned those all over, and now I'm going to just glue, not right across the flap. We might need to trim the flaps off, so I'm just going as far as the thickness of this flap's concerned and sticking that down. Then I'm going to do the next one. It's just a little bit there. I will be, as I said, trimming some of this off. So, and then the last one, which will be this one here. So we'll stick that all down as well. Okay. All right, so we've got that all together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my scissors, and I'm going to just cut off the excess here in line with the long tag pocket, this bit here, so no thicker than that. All right, so there we go. It's all, otherwise it just adds unnecessary bulk and gets in our way. So we've got that all together. So now when I look at it, you've got your pocket on the front that opens up like that. You've got your little one at the bottom there. You've got the next little one like that, and you've got your tag pouch like that. Right, so that's all great and looking swell. Now what we're going to do is we're going to end up sticking this down in a second. I'm going to just take this bit out like that, and show you what I do here. Now I have actually, before I get to this, I have got a couple more doilies that I've put together in a brand new kit that you're going to see for the first time today, and I'm going to use 3 of them in this project right now. So today, so the first one, it looks like this. It's a half doily, and I'm going to use that to go like this and to break up the page a little bit, so it's going to look like that. So let me just show you some of the others. I haven't got them all here, but here's some of them. There's this one, this beautiful crocheted one, which I'm going to show you. This is the one I've just shown you now. That one. We've got these little ones, and I've cut those out. We're going to use that as well. Here's just another one. I love this. Beautiful. And here's another one as well. All right. So the ones we're going to use today will be this one, and this one. All right. And you'll be able to find those, this digital, in my Etsy shop as well. So that's what we're going to do first of all. Now I'm going to take this particular doily, and I do love this, and I love using them as paper because it makes it flatter. So I'm going to just take the glue, and I'm going to just stick this down. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're having a lovely time putting this book together, and I have seen gorgeous comments. Thank you everybody. You are just amazing to support and encourage me. It does keep me going, so I do appreciate that so much. And I do like telling you as well that you aren't taken for granted at all. It's lovely to hear and share these things with you. No one in my family crafts, so the only sharing I do is with all of you lovely people, so thank you for that. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put glue just along the bottom tab. This is the bit that's going to cement this, let's say. It's going to be the foundation for our little stacked flip here. Don't know what I'm calling it, but I'm making it up as I go. So we want to just get that down nicely. Okay. So there we go. Now I've got the script on the side, and I just want to get this down about over here like that. All right, so just lining it up, make sure it's straight, and that will be the base of this pretty little thing here. Okay. So now when you open it up, you can see very nicely how this is stacking. And then you've got your little pouch at the bottom, and you can write on there. You can write on the back here as well. I like that because I don't see any of that white paper bit sticking out. It's embroidered base over there. So it's nice and flat, not too thick at all. All right, so let's go and put together the rest of this. So we're going to start on the inside here. And what I've got here is just one of these little layered clusters I showed you how to make on the other previous video. I've put together some of these little die cuts. These are from the flower jar Tim Holtz little kit that I've cut out. And then I've just stuck a little piece of lace and one of the little flowers from Plum Boutique's little scraps that I had. And I'm going to make this a tuck spot, or just a decorative spot, we'll see. So I'm going to glue there, there and there. So when I turn that over, it is going to be a bit of a tuck spot in case I want to stick a note in, although I won't be doing that today. So we're just going to make it like that, and then we're able to stick that just over here. So there we go. All right, so that's all ready, and of course you can stick whatever you choose to stick in there. So let's just find something in my little box of tricks here. So this is possibly maybe nothing small enough in this collection, but anything that you choose would fit in very nicely in there if this was just a little bit shorter. All right, so there we go. That's what we're going to have over there. Now to do, we'll start with this bit over here. What I'm going to do is a couple of things. So I'm just getting my little bits and bobs together. I'm going to use this little doily. This is one of the ones from my new, and I just love the size of this. And that I'm going to just put out a little bit like this. I'm just seeing exactly how far I want that out, and I like it that it's sort of got a shadow 3D effect. So I'm putting it out just to cover and stick out a little bit like that. All right, so that's that. Then I have taken a little bit of ephemera. So this is one of the bits from my ephemera kit, the Pink Folly ephemera kit. I thought this was lovely, so just put a bit of that on, and I'm going to stick that somewhere there, sort of like that. I'm just getting my angles right here. So we've got that like that, and then I've cut out one of these, which is from my Floral Fussy Cut Flowers. This is the second kit, and I'm going to tuck that in just over here. And you can see I'm not worrying myself about the boundaries here. The edges of the page, they are going to be sticking out. And we've got a layered effect here, so I just want to position these, you know, not to be worried about that. I always encourage you to go beyond the page boundaries. So I'm going to stick those down. Let's get that down. So I'll come back to doing that one. The first one I need to do is this one. Now, if you're wanting to know where you've positioned something and you know you've got to cover it, then don't be afraid to sort of draw the bits just below it in pencil, you know, just so that you know where it's got to go. All right, and then I'm going to do one right at the top here. Just so that I know that's where it's got to go. So now I'm going to just put some glue on this one. Now I know I've got my angle more or less right, so we just move that up a bit. There we go. Now I'm not worried about that because I'm going to cover it over. I just want to make sure that any of the bits over here have got some glue down. So there we go, that's better. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. And then I'm going to stick this down once I've got this down. So with this, I don't want to go beyond this page though, so just moving this at an angle. So I think that's about it. Let me just check. Yeah, I think about there. So again, I'm not worried about anything on this side because I will be covering it. So just sort of drawing where I need it to go. Right, so let's just put some glue on that one, and again, okay, so I've just sort of eyeballed where I need to glue and where I don't, so I don't want everything to be stuck together. It's about there and thereabouts, so we can stick that down. Just feeling for any glue just in case I've got it wrong. Okay, and this bit can get some more glue, so that's all right, and we can easily lift that up. Okay, there we go. So we've got that there, and then I'm going to put on this little piece, as I said, and like that. I think, was that where I wanted it? Yeah, I wanted a little bit like that. There we go. So we'll stick that down over there. It's a beautiful day today, and I think a lot of people are watching the football, and not me. I'm sitting inside enjoying your companies, so can't go wrong. I'm not a football addict at all. I can take it or leave it, really. Right, so there's the first envelope. That's all beautifully done. And the second one, I am going to just use my bone folder to make sure that this lies nice and flat on the side here. There we go. And then I'm going to layer it up as well. So I've got a couple of bits here. Oh, I haven't finished with this one. I've got this little bit here, which is like a papery type of die cut. It's like a trim. And I wanted to put that to stick out there a bit. Is that where I wanted it? Yeah, so I just thought I'd put some of this on. So I don't quite know where I got this, but I have got a few colors. I think it was probably eBay or something that I saw this a while back, and it was just the color I was sort of looking for as far as a contrast was concerned today. So I thought, let me use that. So I'm going to just stick that out like that. Okay. And then I've got a bit of a green butterfly today from my kit. So I'm going to just put this on as well. Okay, so we'll just that down, and then I wanted to get it sort of over here. Okay, there we go. Right, so that one's done. Right, now we're on to the second one. Okay, so again, I've got one of these from my Fussy Cut Flowers. I've got the label from the ephemera kit. I've got this little bit that I tore off one of the pages. I think, let me just have a look over here quickly. Yeah, it's the same one as this. So yeah, let me grab it over there. It's like this kind of thing over here. All right, so I think I've got that on one or two of the pages. I'm going to use that at the bottom. I had this on the top of that there, or was it like that? It was like that. And I've had the flowers coming up just to pick up some of the pink in that one there. And then I had just one of my little sentiments, bloom and grow, to go over the cross there. So you can see a lot of layers coming together here now. And then just to pick up on the pink, I have of course got another butterfly for my sins, right? So that one's going to go sort of like that. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So let's just do that quickly. So we'll start with the base there and stick this down. All right, so how far are you guys with making your journal? My voice is going. I hope you are enjoying it. And of course, you can use whichever papers you like. You know, don't feel that you have to use what I'm doing. This is just me giving you a breakdown on how I would put a journal together. I wouldn't say quickly, but you know, how my sort of thought processes in doing this. So I hope that it's been helpful and that you're having a lot of fun putting it together. That's the main thing. So yeah, I'd love to hear it from you and see what you think about that. This is the little, I do love these little flowers, and I think I've cut these or printed these slightly two to a page so that they were smaller. And as you know, I do like doing that. You guys can also follow along with that video of mine, how to make the most of your digitals, and you'd be able to do the same thing. So have a watch and see if that's helpful for you. This one just goes like this, and just want to wipe the back of that edge off for the glue. There we go, like that. And then this can go just over there. So we've got some butterfly layering, we've got florals, lots of fresh beautiful colors, lacy bits. So I hope you like how it's coming together. Yeah, so love the layering. I do like layers. Right, so we've got quite a few things coming together there. Right, what else did I want to do on there? Nothing too much. As I said, we want to just put in the bits now that go in here. So what I've got is, I've got a couple of bits. I've got this one, which I thought would look really nice in this front little pocket. This is now pieces from my ephemera kit. I've backed those onto tea stain paper just to make it a nice writing spot for you. So that's going to go into that one. Then I've got this beautiful picture as well, and I'm going to just put that into this pocket here. So that's going to go over there with a little bit of pink sticking out. And then the last one is using the template that I have cut out from the kit as well onto card. I've cut out one of these, and this goes into the tag at the back. Just wanted to talk you through. I've used that beautiful paper, which is the lacy digital, and I've used the scraps that you've seen us use in these elements. So I keep everything. So everything that I've used, and you can see I've got, this is the base for the tag. I've used all the elements. I keep all the papery bits in there, and all the bits that I use that are left over as far as fabrics in there. So this is just a recycled piece of packaging, which was probably for fruits or something. And I've just keep it like that, so I keep referring to it. So I've just laid it up with wildflower stems there, and this one here is garden greens from the Tim Holtz Sizzix die cuts, and put on a little sentiment at the bottom. So this is just a piece of fabric that I've torn, and there you can see I've just put an eyelet with a little bit of the pink polka dot scrap paper. I don't throw anything away, as you know. Alright, so this is going to go into the top here like this, so that fits into that pocket at the top there. And then this is all going to close up nicely like that. All right. Now, this then fits onto that page like this over here. All right. So just to make sure that you've got it as flat as possible, let's just go like this with our bone folder. And that'll just make sure that those folds are as flat as they possibly can go. And it will be kept flat because it'll go into your journal. All right, so that'll keep it all nice and flat. But look how beautiful that looks all together. And it works so beautifully with this page as well. So I hope you can see that there. So we've got this bit here, and I didn't want to cover that up. I love that as it is. You've got a nice little tuck spot if you want to stick a little note in there. You've got your little one over there with a little tag in. You can write on the back here. We've got this layer like that with our tag, and then we've got this bit here, and there's lots that you could still stick on here. You could even put another flower on there if you wanted to, and then there's lots of writing spaces in that lot. All right, so I hope that you've enjoyed that one. Let's see how we're going here. I'm going to do another little one on this page here now, just very quickly. And what I've done here is I've taken a little glassine bag. All right, so I've got a little glassine bag. The measurements don't really matter. Use what you have, but I will say that this one is 4.5 inches by, I think, 7 inches more or less. So you're looking at 18 centimeters by about 11.5. I have then just folded it up 4.5 centimeters or 1 3/4 inches like that, and I have then just used my bone folder just to make sure that that's lying flat. All right, so I've got the opening side facing me. You could do this with an envelope. All right, you don't have to use a glassine bag. It would have the same effect. Now, what I've done here is I've taken this page. Now I've cut this, I've printed this 2 to a page. All right, so I'm just trying to find the bottom piece of this. You can see that this joins up like that, and I've used the top bit there, which I'm going to show you now. All right, so that I'm going to stick on over there. So let's do that ever so quickly. As I said, if you don't have a glassine bag, just use an envelope. You know, an old mailer would do the trick perfectly. And I do a very similar thing with a mailer with windows. But this one would work without a mailer with windows. Okay, so just stick that on there. And then what I've got is the top bit of that I've cut off. This is the bit that was on the top there. I have just cut that out and made it to measure this area over here. All right, so I'm going to just stick that down. There we go. Right, now what I've done is I'm going to take a couple of bits and pieces. Now the first, as I said, is a scrap of the peach polka dot fabric of paper, and then some of this lovely latte color paper or sepia color. And I'm going to, these are scraps. I've got one of the little peachy color butterflies that I'm going to put down here, and I've got this little sentiment breathtaking, which is from my sentiments that I've done. I've also got one of the little leaves, and I think this is from Garden Greens as well again, that I've just pulled out over here. So that's what I've got to put onto this little page. Now before I go and do any of that, I'm going to just go and stitch around this area here. just to give it a stitched area, a stitched look. You don't need to stitch it though. You can just glue up there and stick it down, and that would be absolutely fine. But I'll see you back in a moment, and then we can finish off this bit. Right, everyone, so as you can see, I've just done a little bit of stitching around there, purely for decorative purposes. Now, as I said, I'm going to take these little scraps. I'm going to put together a little bit of a layering thing. So I'm going to put the darker one down first. Let's try this. All right, so we'll put this one down first. This is just to decorate this sort of plain area up a bit. So I'm going to put that down like that. Then I'm going to put this peachy one. Just going to take this. And I did tear them all just as I am now, like that. And then I'm going to just put this bit down. And I do love putting layers together and creating layers. I do enjoy it. So that one I'm going to just put over, lap that one over the bottom there. And then I've got my little green leaf here. As I said, these come from the Sizzix Thinlit dies, and I do love these. This one Teresa cut out for me, but I subsequently bought this because I just love all the leaf greenery stuff, and I'm always looking for stuff like that. So there we go, I've got that there. Then I've got the little butterfly, which is from my digital butterfly kit, and I do love all those butterflies. They're perfect colors for me. So going to just stick that there, and like that. And then I've got my little sentiment, which I'm going to stick down. I think, just thinking if I want to, yeah, I might just stick it underneath the bit of the wing there. So I'll just get that. Yeah, like that, I think. There we go. Bend those up a bit of a 3D look. And then what I did was I made one of these. All right, and I'll talk you through how I did that. And it looks more complicated than it is. This is some seam binding, and this is just a little bit of lace and a button, and I'm going to put that over there. And then again, I've got some of these sort of papery little vine leaves in this case, and I'm going to just stick that one there and sort of one there, sort of like this kind of thing. So I think what I'll do is I'll stick these down. Second, let's stick this down. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac for doing this, and then I'll sort of mention how I made this in a minute. So I'm just going to put a load of glue on this. These are really easy to do, and just all you need to be able to do is have a needle and cotton and a lace and some either fabric or seam binding, all right, and a little button to sew on the top. So it's really easy to do. And then these little ones are like little leaves, and I have them in green, most popular, but you can get them in all sorts of colors. I'm just going to stick that one down there, and then the other one on the other side. Oops. Alright, so I've got some glue on that one. Gosh, my finger's always full of glue. I look at myself and I think, oh my goodness. Right, there we go. So I've got that sorted. How cute is that? So we've decorated that up nicely. Now what I want to do is, and I will show you how to do that in a minute. On that side, this is a pretty dark page for me. My daughter did this for me and it wasn't quite my liking, but I liked the contrast. So I thought I'd use this to lighten it up. Now you could stencil on there if you wanted to. You could do that. But I'm going to stick this down like this and show you what I'm going to do with this. All right, so you could stick this whole area down, or you could make like a double pocket at the back here. So you could have just on 3 sides. So I'm going to do this on 3 sides. And then you'd have 2 pockets, but For the purposes of what I'm going to do today, I am only going to use this pocket in here, and I'm going to just get this stuck down. So let's just move it down a bit. So I've got that all in place. Just hold that all down. Okay, now to make this little rosette flower, while we're waiting for that to dry, what I did was I took some lace. So this is the lace that I used, but I measured 4 inches or 10 centimeters. Then all that I did was I made a knot at the start, and then I just went like this with my needle for the whole 4 inches. So this isn't 4 inches, but and then what I did was I just pulled it. If you just pull it all together like that. No, I haven't made a knot here, but it rouges it all together, and then I just join it up as a circle. So the 4 inches is exactly the right amount that you need to do. So as that pulls together, it sort of concertinas up and it makes a lovely little circle, and then I just stitch the two together. I did that with that, and the same with 4 inches of seam binding. Put the 2 circles together and then just stitch them together. So it's as simple as that. All right, so that's what I've done with that. So I'm just waiting for that to dry, which is pretty much probably dried. So let's just, then I've taken this little piece from my ephemera kit, again sewn it onto tea stained paper. I'm going to put that in there. I've got this little bit also from there. I've just made a little eyelet with a little scrap there of this kind of paper and some sari. Made a little bow, and this is from Carol's lovely white French antique linen thread. So that's there. This I'm going to put probably behind here like that. And then what I did for the other pockets, this is the postcard and the back of this actual postcard. I love this writing, it's so beautifully neat. For this beautiful postcard, so I've backed those onto tea stained paper, and I'm going to put those into the back here of this little bag, so that'll fill up the rest of this page like that. All right, so hopefully you can see that. It's not lying very straight here, but the pages are loose. All right, so that's what's going to go into the back there like that. Now just for this page here, what I did here was pretty simple. And again, I've cut out one of these, which is from my one of the pages in the kit, so one of the little nasturtiums, and I've cut out the doily that I showed you from my new doily kit, and that's going to go onto the page like that. All right, so this is just brightening up, giving this a little bit of interest, and doilies are great for doing that, especially paper ones. You don't add the bulk, but you add the beautiful decoration from it. So that's what I like about them. They've got so many lovely uses. So I'm going to put this one in there like that, and just want to make sure that I don't. Right, so there we go, that's stuck down there. We can move that up a bit, and the joy of the beacon 3-in-1. There we go, perfect. And then what I've done is, how lovely does that look? Then what I've done is I've taken some of my die cuts again, so I've got 3 of them. These are from the wildflower die cuts, and then this again is from the garden greens, and I'm going to just layer this up over here. This is just to give this page a bit of interest, just a little bit of green and peach, and I just thought it went so beautifully there. And then I had this positioned at the base somehow. I think it was like that. Right, and I had these further up, I think. Yeah, so that's what I did over here. Right, so let's just get that stuck down ever so quickly. So I'll probably speed this up. Let's start with this one. All right, everybody, so there we have it. Those are the pages that we have done today. So I do hope that you've enjoyed following along. So we've got this beautiful page with a glassine bag, the postcards there, and the lovely little bits there, and our little rosette. Then we've layered this one up, made it some put some interest here. I didn't want a load of the same kind of thing. You could still write on this, so it's really lovely, ready to go. And then on the side we've made our little layered up pockets here, with that one on the front, that one there, that one there, and then we've got this one at the back here with our lovely tag in it and our beautiful doily there. All right, so a lot of writing space created there as well. So thank you so much for bearing with me. I do hope that you're going to give this a go. Let me know how, as I asked you earlier, how's it going? Are you keeping up? Have you enjoyed doing it? Let me know how you feel. And I'll see you guys all in the very next video. So bye-bye.